Check this out, this right here is the absolute state of Russian propaganda at the moment. Yes guys, that right there was Russian state propaganda that talks all day about the Nazis in Ukraine and the evil West, showing TikTok edits that ship Trump and Putin together as part of propaganda on the news. Guys, what the is going on? And even though it seems unreal, this is very much reality, because Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump have recently officially met during a peace summit in Alaska, and it was basically not just a failure, but probably one of the biggest embarrassments that America has seen in the last couple of years, and that is saying a lot. So hey there people, it is your boy Roman, your favorite neighborhood Russian, and in today's video, as a Russian who left Russia and who doesn't support the governments, I'll react to the recent Trump and Putin meeting, and just to rage at it a little bit, okay? Because look, just seeing what happened at this meeting, how absolutely useless it was and how it led to absolutely nothing, makes me want to stop believing in politics altogether, and I'm just so tired of seeing these two, okay? I'm tired of this old geriatric fucker and this little guy right here, walking in his height enhancement shoes, trying desperately not to fall over, okay? I can no longer take this seriously, okay? So like, look, if you came to this video for serious geopolitical analysis, and me describing what this now means and what it's gonna lead to, dude, I don't know what this is going to lead to. It led to basically nothing, right? I don't have much to say because I also don't know what's going on at this point, and I don't want to pretend like I do. If anything, my analysis leans on the nothing ever happens side, okay? However, as a person whose life has literally been affected by this little fella right here, quite a bit, okay? Quite negatively, and as somebody who finds all of this fucking ridiculous, I do have quite a few thoughts, okay? The whole thing was just a complete mess from the very start. Even the fact that Vladimir Putin, somebody who is renowned as a war criminal worldwide now, who is wanted by the International Criminal Court, is being invited to the United States of America. I mean, you shouldn't find that surprising actually, given that Benjamin Netanyahu also visits the US and has a great relationship with Trump. So America is actually being consistent in its values here. You know, just the fact that they rolled out like a red carpet for Vladimir Putin, once again, a person who's like literally responsible for like people dying on a massive scale, which is quite funny because as far as I understand, in America they usually roll out the red carpet for like army veterans or something, people who have done something for America, and good old Vladdy Daddy gets that treatment too, I guess. Which is also all like really ironic because this is how, you know, Trump and America treats, once again, is a dictator who like punishes and kills his own people, right? For opposing and for having a different opinion. And we can just rewind a few months back and remember how Trump treated Zelensky. Trump and Vance, who are supposed to be like his allies, were literally fighting him. There were people saying that Zelensky should have worn a suit and that type of shit. And again, that was just a guy who was trying to keep his country together and stop a huge invading force, right? And now we have the guy here who's literally the mastermind behind the invasion and everything, and this is how he's treated. It really is quite incredible, you guys. I mean, it feels like at this point the West just cannot stop taking L's, man. Putin himself said that the US summit was very useful, and actually that is reflected a lot in the way Russian media right now has responded to the results of this summit. But what exactly have they been saying? And in order to tell you guys about it, here I am on the website of Ground News on an article about Russian politicians hailing Alaska summit as a victory for Moscow. A senior lawmaker in Russia, Andrei Klishas, portrayed the summit as a coup for Russia and a loss for Ukraine and its allies, saying that the tasks of the special military operation will be accomplished either by military or diplomatic means. I've actually been working with Ground News for a while, and if you guys are not aware of what it is, it collects the news from all over the world in one place so that you can compare headlines and coverage, allowing you to see the ownership, the factuality, and the political bias of every single source. Now in this article on Ground News I can see that there's a total of 90 news sources that cover this topic, and I can actually go down and individually check out every single source and click on them. We can compare coverage. A lot of media is saying, for example, that Russia points out itself as the winner, and while CNN, for example, reports on the Russian media hailing Trump Putin talks as progress, some media is straight up saying that what happened was a fiasco and that Europe will pay the price. It's great to be able to compare different headlines like this, and also I really like the blind spot feature on Ground News, which actually shows you articles that are either underreported on the right or on the left. I think Ground News is a great way to consume media and to improve your media literacy, and even the Nobel Peace Center has recently recognized Ground News as an excellent way to stay informed, to avoid echo chambers, and to expand your worldview. So, if you guys would like to try out Ground News for yourself, then go over to the link down in the description to ground.news/NFKRZ, subscribe to my link and get 40% off of the Vantage plan, which is exactly the subscription that I use. Huge thanks to Ground News for sponsoring this video, and let's get right back into it. So yeah, essentially you get it. The results of Trump's diplomacy have been great, Russia is celebrating, and everybody in the West pretty much also considers this to be a massive failure. Alright guys, now we finally get into the part of the video in which I make fun of Vladimir Putin. So, the start of the meeting itself. Once again, Vladimir Putin is trying his hardest to not fall down walking down in that staircase in those tall shoes that he's got. Because it has been thoroughly documented throughout the last 20 years that Vladimir Putin is a man that is very insecure about his height. His height constantly changes depending who he's next to for whatever reason, and it is not a disputed thing that Vladimir Putin wears tall shoes, okay? So yeah, he did really well here, he didn't have his Biden moments, I guess, but this right here, I think, right, is the moment where you can really call the bullshit. Trump, applauds a little bit, of course, because he is a fan of war criminals. Putin comes up, what's good, my guy, and once again, like, something is clearly really wrong here, okay? Keep in mind once again that Donald Trump is 1.9 meters tall, and Vladimir Putin is said to be 170 centimeters tall. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know if I'm buying it, guys, to be honest. And even better than that, we actually have more evidence and more footage. Guys, do I even need to say anything? I know people don't choose their height and stuff, but I will never stop making fun of Vladimir Putin for being short, okay? It's just really funny that this is the type of shit this man still has to do. This man who has unlimited wealth, unlimited power, who can literally kill anybody. He can kill me right now, I'm pretty sure. Right now, this second. And even then, still, he cannot, like, escape the heaviness of the height mugging that, that he has to endure. And myself, as a tall Russian, as 6'4", 194, I think, centimeter Russian, again, I will never ever stop making fun of Vladimir Putin for his shortness. He is a man that is the size of a little child. And also, another part of this summit that I personally would like to point out is that Vladimir Putin has essentially been exposed to, like, actual journalism and real people asking actual questions for the first time in his life, basically. Or, like, for the first time in the last 15 years of his life, because he's created a system where nobody can ask him shit. First of all, we have this one already classic moment here.
President Putin, will you stop killing civilians?
If you can't hear, get the fuck away, bruh. If you're so old that you can't hear the fucking questions or whatever, don't be the president of the country for 25 years, you fuck, okay? Oh god, I hate him, bro. I hate him so much. What'd you say? This is how he's acting, bro. You fucking dumb. God. I am praying on this man's downfall. I'm not even Christian. But also this shit right here is going viral right now where essentially, well, there was no real press conference, right? They just sat down literally for like 5 minutes right here and didn't answer a single question from any journalist whatsoever. It was just this fucking clusterfuck, right? And Putin was just sitting there and making Reddit fucking faces because he's a fucking dumbass.
Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Let's go. Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Let's go. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Let's go. Let's go.
He looks like an old fucking grandma, dude. What the fuck, man? What the your reaction when you get an actual question from an actual journalist that has been pre-approved by you for the first time in your career? Funny, bro. Really fucking funny. I'm like actually fighting the urge to like beat up my screen right now. You guys need to understand this. This is difficult to look at, okay? But yes, Vladimir Putin is making funny faces because he has never been challenged or asked a real question in his fucking life. Vladimir Putin has never had a single public debate in his entire life. He's not an alpha gigachad, okay? He cannot say shit.
Thank you very much, Vladimir.
Next time in Moscow.
Oh, thank you very much, Vladimir.
I mean, exactly, right? He's not an imposing, like, intimidating figure. He's a soft-spoken little, like, sissy bitch-made beta male, okay? That's what he really is, man. And nobody realizes it. It's absolutely incredible. By far my favorite though was actually looking at comments underneath this video here of Putin making his little gay faces, and here you have comments from Westerners saying American reporters are an embarrassment. He's like, holy shit, this is what Trump has to deal with every day. Complete embarrassment, not Putin. The American media sounds like a bunch of turkeys. Our clown media sure knows how to make Putin look like a statesman, so like, you get it, right? Americans once again loving fascism, very classic. We already come to expect this by this point, not even surprised at this point. I know what you people are saying here. Yes, you would rather have a country like Russia where there are no journalists, where nobody is allowed to ask anything. When asking questions gets you go to prison, and where the entire journalist like profession in the country is about being a fucking dick sucker of the government, just being a bootlicker and just defending everything that they ever do. You want that in America. I mean, yeah, I know you do. But look, who am I even talking to here, I guess? Who am I even trying to address? These are the people who, like, still ride with Trump, even after the Epstein file scandal and everything. Like, хоть сыв в глаза, всё божья роса. Then they had this fucking talk here about nothing, basically, for like 10 minutes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I know that some people will probably get triggered by this video and they're gonna say, of course, another person who lives in La La Land who thinks that, you know, Russia can be fully defeated or whatever and that, you know, you cannot go into any talks with them or anything. Look, I mean, as a Russian who left Russia and who despises the regime there, right? I would like to see another government. I would like to see some kind of change. Maybe I would like some kind of utopia universe in which Putin basically loses, concedes, and then stops being president because he lost the war and because this is how, you know, things work, because we live in a fucking movie apparently, but no. That's not how things work, that is not going to happen, and apparently yes, even though these are fucking terrible, horrible people, I guess at some point you do have to talk to them, you do have to have these peace talks, but the way these peace talks were done, and the way Putin was treated by the president of the United States, who is supposed to be like, you know, a guy who's like the leader of the free world or whatever, I just think it's a complete joke. They're basically whitewashing Vladimir Putin and the Russian regime right now in the eyes of people, and I mean in Europe they're doing this as well. Recently, for example, in Switzerland, Valentina Matvienko visited, who is like the speaker of the Russian parliament. She's massively influential in the Russian government. She's actually sanctioned by Europe, by America, etc. And she got to visit Switzerland for like also some sort of summit, but it was just a summit of like female parliamentaries or something like that across the world. So this Russian official that is responsible for what is currently happening in Russia visited Europe and even got to go on stage and spread Russian propaganda for a few minutes. You know, as a Russian who left Russia and who's had issues because of his passport in the West, right? I find it absolutely hilarious and absolutely incredible. Yes, I love the fact that I have to be punished and I'm somehow responsible for what these people do, and yet they get to actually go and hang out with Western leaders, I guess. All of this is just great. Anyway, yeah, fucking embarrassing. This world is cooked and politics are a fucking joke. That's been it for me. I don't have much more to say. We are ruled by absolute morons on every side of the world. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video though. If you guys did enjoy it, then please make sure to slap the like button. I'll see you guys in the next dystopia review of some other bullshit that's gonna happen. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, if you'd like to support me additionally, that is financially, then go over to the link down in the description and become a YouTube channel member or buy me a coffee. It helps me out a lot actually. And yeah guys, see you in the next one. Peace.